BigBear.AI has been on an absolute tear the past few days, soaring to over $9 a share. And today we're going to be covering it in this video. Couple things to go over before we get into BigBear.AI. If you guys saw, we capitalized on this swing with Rigetti stock today in our live session. That is actually the only live session that we've had stock meet. It's free for you to go check it out. It was my last live video. If you want to see what it's like to be in our live sessions every day at Market Open, or you want to skip that and just join me at Market Open tomorrow, it's a second link down below to join stock meet. So we traded it, made about $250 so far today. We're monitoring this previous resistance to see if it holds. We may end up selling in the next few minutes on this short-term trade. But let's take a look at BigBear.AI stock. We can see it's leading the way in net change out of all of our AI and large language model companies. BigBear.AI leads the way, up 17%. It soared to $9.50. So just a couple things to cover here on BigBear.AI. We started covering this stock about 2 or 3 months ago. I guess it was back here around $1.50 a share, and it went from $1.50 a share up to $9.70. It was holding a really consistent uptrend here, but just recently it broke above this previous resistance, started soaring, and then now you can see this chart, see this rising support holding above this support line, and then today it actually used that previous resistance there as a support to continue this hyper bull trend. You see it up 17% today. Now, is it possible it continues up in this trend? Absolutely. What I would find to be more likely is, here's what we know is true. The RSI is really overextended. The MACD is really overextended here. Most likely, I would expect. Now, I could be wrong, of course, and I have been in the past, but oftentimes we're right more than we're wrong. But I would expect this to sell off down to here to retest, to really validate this support or this rising support before continuing in a trend. Now, I could be wrong. This thing just goes absolutely parabolic, ballistic up to, over $10. That's possible. But just in looking at the trends and how consistent they've been in the past and following this thing from $1 to what is now $9, when we've seen it make higher highs where it's broken above and then used previous resistance as support, oftentimes it doesn't just bounce and that's it. A lot of times it will kind of retest. You could even see that here. It pushed up and then retested before continuing. Here, it pushed up, kind of retested, but still not looking exactly how we'd like to see it. So I would think it'd be healthy to see it pull back a little bit. But why is BigBear.AI so bullish? Well, there's a couple reasons. The first reason why is because of their partnerships. And of course, there's a lot of hype articles. There's this 400% hype article. This could catch Palantir. There's this explosive AI. There's all the hype articles. I don't read any of this. We really only go to the source of the news. So that's where you go to BigBear.AI. You can see the news and events. But on top of these contracts and the news and events, what does BigBear.AI do that is actually putting them ahead of a lot of these other AI companies? There's a couple reasons why they're in the position they are, really surging in market cap and starting to grow extremely fast. They're growing very fast. And now the reason why is because they have a very good team behind them. So they recently hired a new CEO. And if we go over to some of the news articles here, that's exactly where we were. But if we go over here, we check out some of the news. They have this new CEO, Kevin McLean, and this is a CEO that was previously in the U.S. national security agencies, including the Department of Homeland Security, and also was the acting secretary there in a previous presidential administration, Trump administration, before founding a company which was bought by BigBear.AI and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So that's a big deal when you have a CEO that's in that industry already. Here's the other catalyst for the stock. The other catalyst is that we saw the Oasis Plus IDIQ contract get signed. So basically this means they're on a 10-year ordering period with unlimited number of task orders at any dollar value, providing government customers with flexible and efficient access to BigBear.AI solutions. So essentially, they get selected to do this. They are now one of the companies that is quote unquote on demand with the US government to help with AI, intelligence services, logistics, management advisory, and a whole lot more. One of the things they have supply chain management, they got national security there. One of the things I think is the biggest is digital identity. They are partnered with Palantir, so they run some of Palantir's software, but they also have their own thing, Observe. It says uniting facial recognition, image-based anomaly detection, and advanced biometrics with next-generation computer vision, machine learning, and predictive analytics. How many of you guys went through the airport recently and they scanned your face? They have this thing, you see true face, fastest one-to-many facial matches with real-time photos. They have VeriScan and they have Dartmouth, which delivers real-time image-based anomaly detection for enhanced 3D baggage screening. So this is more in airports. You can find them in Denver International Airport, in Heathrow Airport, among others. And you also see some of their developments. This is resilience for space systems, which is interesting. But being at airports, being at potentially in border patrol, but also just on the entry points into different countries. So I think they're partnered with a few different countries as well. You can check out their partners here. Some of their partners, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what that looks like. Partners over here. So United Kingdom, okay, and then you got Germany, you got Brazil, and Mexico, and you can see some of the partners that they're working with and see how they're working with these partners, but essentially helping them to process massive amounts of data to predict things before they happen, and make sure that they're identifying threats that a human wouldn't be able to look at all the people and profiles and process them. So as we start to see them validate this support, continue in this direction here, I would say we're more likely to see a short-term sell-off. Long-term looks good. The financials were worrying. They aren't really crushing it with the financials. I think they were just a little bit net negative on their income, but we'll see how the earnings go here. But most likely, I would see them sell off. It's possible, yeah, we see them push up. I personally am holding some BigBear.AI from a while back, around $2.80 a share. And I haven't traded BigBear.AI less than 1 or 2 times a week. So I trade it quite often. And we'll see a lot of times it dips at market open. Today it dipped, I think, quite a bit. Here it dipped down to $7.50 before recovering. And that was just in one day. So if we drop this down to a shorter time frame, some of the dips that happen on BigBear.AI. Let's see. So this was a dip right here at market open. Okay. And the dip basically was a swing from there to current price of 24%. So those are some big swings. Sometimes we see just a 10 or 14%. Today's 25% swing. And so you just got to keep that in mind. A lot of the opportunities happen at market open, and we like to trade at market open. If you guys want to join me there, it's the second link down below, and I would love to have you there in StockMate. I will keep a close eye on this one. We might have a few more updates with BigBear.AI. They got some Army contracts. They got some big partnerships, and especially with Palantir, working with them, it should be interesting to see how the company evolves here in the coming months. But we'll be holding on. We'll be also trading it repeatedly as it's been very consistent in its pattern. So we'll see how that evolves here in the next few days as we continue midweek. So if I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing. Crush the like button if you guys have been getting value out of the BigBear.AI videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.